Okay, good afternoon everyone. How are you doing? All good? Now, in the previous class, we started with depreciation. BRS was completed, right? We understood the concept of depreciation. Am I correct? Today's class, we are going to continue with the same topic, depreciation, and we are going to complete the chapter. Yes? Okay. In yesterday's class, we understood what exactly is depreciation, why we do depreciation, and what are the concepts that will come under depreciation, right? We saw causes of depreciation, we saw characteristics of depreciation, right? Now, we'll continue with objectives of providing the depreciation. What are the objectives of providing depreciation? Yes, sir. What is the objective of providing depreciation? Yesterday we have discussed why do we do depreciation? Wear and tear, replacement cost, matching concept. Correct? These three primarily. Now, first thing is to ascertain the correct profit. That is nothing but matching concept. Correct or no? Whenever we use an asset to earn in business income, then we have to match the expenditure as well. Correct or no? So that is why we depreciate the value of assets from the income. Matching concept. Every income has its own expenses. In the same way, when I am using an asset to generate some income, then that asset also should be written off against that income. Correct or no? Yes. So that is why one primary concept is matching concept. So whenever we earn an income using a asset, then whatever the cost is there, we write it off against that income, but not in exact 1 year. Why? Because I can generate income over the years using the same asset. Correct or no? So whatever years you earn the income, to all those years you are going to write off the expenditure. Clear? Yes. To present the true financial position. So you want to show what is, if you never show assets, if you always keep showing asset at cost, suppose, say there was no concept of depreciation. Let's assume there is no concept of depreciation. So in your balance sheet, your computer will always show 40,000. Year 1 40, year 2 40, year 3 40, year 4 40, year 5 40. Is it true? The moment you take computer, come out of the store, there itself market price is down. You try that. You go to Reliance, take a phone, come out, go back and say I want to sell it. They will take it half the price. But you are showing your asset value as 40,000, 40,000, 40,000. Is it right? No. This doesn't give true and fair view. Correct or no? Every year the price of the asset or the value of the asset, not exactly price, the value of the asset keeps decreasing. Correct or no? Yes? Okay. So to present the true financial position, we charge the depreciation, and when the depreciation is deducted from the cost of the asset, it shows the fair value. Not exactly true, but at least fair. Clear? Because wear and tear will be there. That is, see, why will the value of the asset decrease? Because usage, wear and tear, correct or no, obsolescence. Otherwise, there is no decrease in the value. That is why if you observe carefully, or if I want to ask a question, can land be depreciated? Why? Wear and tear is there also, no? Will there be wear and tear? But that wear and tear can be rectified, correct or no? What worst wear and tear can happen, sir? Pull ಬೆಳಿಬಹುದು sir, ಕಸ ಬೆಳಿಬಹುದು. ಒಂದು JCB ತಂದು ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ. Your wear and tear is cleared. Again fresh, as good as earlier. correct? But there we don't charge depreciation. Why? Because there the value appreciates. Whereas in case of your machinery and all, as and when you keep using it, the value depreciates. Because every time you use something, the capacity of utilization will decrease, correct or no? Yes, am I right? Correct. So just for example, your phone storage, as and when you keep adding the photos, the storage will keep decreasing. At the same time, your phone starts to act slow, correct or no? Why? Because you are utilizing the capacity, because of it is getting depleted. The overutilization, the efficiency of it is coming down. Clear? So depreciation is for that purpose. So that is why your financial position should be fair, correct? That is why we depreciate. Doesn't mean that, yesterday I told you again this sentence. In 40,000, if I am charging depreciation of 10,000 and my net value is remaining 30,000, doesn't mean that my asset is actually 30,000 worth. It can be less also, it can be more also, but we will be close to that. Your asset can be 28,000 or your asset can be 32,000. Asset can never be 40,000 only. Everybody is understanding? Yes? Okay. Now, the next one is to make provision for replacement of assets. Then to ascertain the proper cost of the product. Again, matching concept only. See, when I am using a machinery, plant and machinery to manufacture certain products, right? Say for example, I am manufacturing a cream, face cream. Now I am using a machinery where that face cream will be prepared and it will be filled into the tube, right? So as and when I keep using that machinery, don't you think it is also contributing in making the final product? And if you don't consider the cost of the machinery in the cost of the product, then don't you think you are making it wrong pricing? Correct or no? Suppose a machinery is costing 1 lakh, yes, and it can produce 1 lakh units, correct? So as good as every unit will take 1 rupee, correct or no? Every unit needs 1 rupee of my machinery, correct? So this 1 rupee should also be added to the cost of my product, correct or no? If you don't add it, say you are taking, sir, my cost of manufacturing, that is the material, labor, everything put together is 6 rupees. Can I take only 6 rupees? If you take only 6 rupees and sell it at, say for example, 7 rupees, then you net effectively you are making zero profit. Why? There is an additional 1 rupee which you forgot to take. Now if you would have taken this would have become 7, then you would have sold it at 8. Then you would have made 1 rupee profit. You might now counter me saying, sir, this 1 rupee depreciation is actually non-cash. No, sir. Correct, sir. It is non-cash. When every year it is non-cash. But when you buy that asset, you have paid cash. No. Only thing is you are writing off it every year. The day when you purchased, you actually paid the cash. But you didn't show it in profit and loss account. Why? Because the benefit was more than 1 year. That is why you are writing that expenditure over the years, correct or no? The whole idea of depreciation. Hello? You remember or no? Yesterday only we discussed all these things, correct? So like that, this 1 rupee should be added to the cost of the goods sold or manufactured. That is why it will help in ascertaining the proper cost of the product. Clear? Then to maintain capital invested in the cost of asset. It is nothing but if you don't show, if you record the entire amount as depreciation, it will be again wrong, because you need to mention that this much of equipment is there in your books, and at the same time when you charge the depreciation, you are saying we are using that fixed assets in our business. Clear? Next, to derive maximum tax benefit. Sir, what is this tax benefit, sir? Now let me tell you. Say my profit is 1 lakh. I purchased a machinery worth 80,000. Will I charge the entire machinery into my P&L account when I purchase the machinery? Hello, asking you guys only. Whenever I purchase a machinery, what is the interval pass? Fixed assets account debit to bank. Why I use fixed assets and why not purchases? Because if I use purchases, it will go to P&L, but it should not go to P&L. So if my profit is 1 lakh, can I show entire 80,000, deduct 80,000 as my cost? No. Answer is, sir, this machinery I can use it for next 5 years. Correct. So if I want to show it in P&L, then I need to show it for 5 years. So that is why what I will do, every year 80,000 I will do divided by 5. So each year some amount I will pass it. Correct? Everybody is following? Yes? Okay. Now every year I am charging 14,000, 14,000, 14,000. Yes? Now coming back. Now suppose if this depreciation was not there, then what is the profit? 1 lakh. Tax, say tax rate is 30%. That will come to 30,000. If depreciation was not there, then you would have ended up paying 30,000 rupees tax. Now look at like this. Now 1 lakh is the profit. Depreciation, say for example, is 10,000. Now what is the profit? Now what is the tax rate? Are you paying less taxes or no? Understanding? So depreciation will help you to claim capital expenditure over the years so that you can show it as an expenses and show less profit and pay less tax. Sir, tappalva sir. Government now kadame tax kodide tappallappa. It is not a mistake. You have invested in 1 year only. Year 1 only you have invested. But the problem is even income tax department says, I know you have investment, but not entire investment is used in 1 year. So what you do, you claim it as expenditure over the years. I will allow it. Understanding everybody? So always remember, tax is paid on now because you are not very aware about the concept of tax. I'll just help you. Tax is not paid upon the sales. Tax is paid on the purchases. Very good. On the profit. How do you derive profit? Sales minus purchases minus all the expenses will arrive at profit. On this, tax will be paid. So depreciation will also come under expenditure. Understanding? Yes. Not entire equipment, but only depreciation. Am I clear? Yes. Okay. To meet the legal requirement, in case of joint stock company, it is necessary to charge depreciation on fixed assets before declaring dividends. It is nothing but when there are multiple companies operating for some common objective, then you need to show the depreciation so that you show the correct profit and you declare correct dividends out of the profit. Now, when it comes to profits, I already have told you once, I am just repeating again. If a company is earning a profit of 1 lakh, do you think entire 1 lakh can be taken by the owners? No. In this, they will declare hardly 5%. That means what? 5,000 rupees. And they will distribute this 5,000 to owners. This distribution of profits is called as, this is earnings. This is dividend. How much is the earning? 1 lakh. Earning yarige? Who earning belongs to whom? Owners only. Earning or profit belongs to whom? It belongs to owner only. But the problem is, if owner takes away entire earnings and profit to their home, how will business grow? Right? They want to increase the business. So what they can do? 5,000 they distribute out of 1 lakh. So 5,000 is called as distributed profit or distributable profit. So then remaining what will happen, sir? The remaining 95,000 will go to reserves. Sir, what is the use of this reserve, sir? With this 95,000, what I will do is, I will start a new shop from where again I can earn more profit. You are understanding why entire profit is not distributed? If I don't keep this 95, I can never start a new shop. If I don't start a new shop, then I will not be able to earn extra profit. Ultimately, what is the target of the owners? Earn as much as possible. So every time they hold back the money in the business will grow. Understanding everybody? Yes. Now factors in measurement of depreciation we have already discussed. What are those? original cost of the asset or cost of acquisition or purchase price. Have we discussed it yesterday? Yes or no? Huh? Then we discussed about scrap value and residual value. Correct? Yes. Next, we discussed about obsolescence or obsolete. Yes. Now one more thing, I don't know whether I discussed this yesterday. Now this is the cost of the asset. Say for example 10,000. Depreciation is say 1,000. Now what is remaining? 9,000. Now what is this 9,000 called as? What is this 9,000 called as? Written down value. What is the meaning of written down value, sir? From original value, are you not writing it down? After writing it down, whatever is remaining is called as written down value. Clear? Yes. Or one more name is book value. We can use also book value. Clear? Book value and what is the value showing in the books in the balance sheet. Clear? Yes, everybody? Okay. Now we understood the concept of repairs and maintenance also. When repairs and maintenance can be capitalized, when it can be shown under indirect expenses. When it can be capitalized, apa? Increase the productivity, efficiency and useful life of the asset. If fulfilling any three of these conditions, then yes, you can capitalize it. Otherwise, you will charge it to P&L. Depreciation is a charge against your profits. The meaning of the word charge is nothing but we reduce it out of profits. Depreciation cost will come under P&L. That's what. Clear? Everybody is understanding? Now, in your book, there are two methods which are covered, and even in exam, there are two methods that will come to you. Rest of the methods we will discuss, but it is not going to come in your exam. So, quickly we'll understand two methods. The first method is called as straight line method. What method? Straight line method. Now, what is straight line method? The name itself says straight line. Andre uniform. When somebody is asking you to stand in the straight line, what does it mean? It should look uniform. If one is standing here, one is standing there, one is standing there, it shows zigzag, correct or no? So I want straight line means it is uniform. So what in straight line method, what we do is the logic is simple. Say for example, your cost of the machinery is rupees 1 lakh. Yes, and suppose your scrap value, or we use the word estimated scrap value. What? Estimated scrap value. Why we are using the word estimated, sir? Sir, when will the scrap value come? At the end of the useful life of the asset, correct? Now, will you be able to ascertain accurately what will be the scrap value after 10 years? No, right? Correct or no? So that is why we use the word estimated. So when I purchase a car, will I be able to ascertain how much I can sell it in second hand? No. When I go to the market, that time only I will realize. Correct or no? So estimated scrap value is the word we use. Why? Because we are just estimating it to be. It may not be accurate. It is a estimate. That is why we use the word true and fair. Remember? Yes. Estimated scrap value is how much? Say 10,000. Yes. Okay. Now, how to calculate depreciation? We need to calculate depreciation, and we need to calculate depreciation under straight line method. How do we calculate? The logic is simple. The formula is simple. Take the original cost. Take the original cost minus scrap value divided by number of years of useful life. Let's say useful life is 10 years. Useful life is 10 years. Clear? So original cost minus scrap value divided by useful life of the asset. Yes, copied it down. Original cost minus scrap value divided by useful life of the asset. That useful life of the asset is called as N. N is nothing but number of years. Now, let's calculate for this example, correct? Now, what is the amount original cost? 1 lakh. What is the scrap value? What is the useful life? So, how much it will be? 90,000 divided by 10 is nothing but, correct, 9,000. Now, what is this 9,000? This is charged every year. Clear? Following? Okay. Now, how to present all these things, sir? Understand here. We start with year 1. What is the original cost? 1 lakh. Correct? What is the depreciation? What will be the remaining amount? 10,000, sorry, 1 lakh minus 9,000 will come up with. So, this amount will be shown in P&L. This amount will be shown in balance sheet. Everybody? Yes. So, now year 2 same, but here it will change. How much it will be? 82. 3 same. How much? 73. Correct? Year 4, year 5, year 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So keep on doing it. At the end of 10th year, the WDB will show. Now what is this 10,000, sir? Why there is a balance remaining? That 10,000 is nothing but your estimated scrap value. You can sell, the value of the asset is how much? 10,000 in the books. How much you can sell for? 10,000. Ashte. Understanding what is the meaning of scrap value? At the end of the useful life, the scrap value should become equal to your WDV. Sir, is there a possibility that scrap value can become 0? Yes. There is a possibility. If scrap value is become 0, then what will happen? Same, sir. What happens is here instead of 9,000, it will become 10,000. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 10 years. How much? 1 lakh. So it here WDV at the end of 10th year will become 0. Is it possible like that, sir? Yes, very much possible. Mobile phone. Hardly any scrap value. We will never dispose it of. Correct or no? It will be always in our drawer, one corner of the room. Correct? Yes. So scrap value can be 0 as well. Everybody is following? Any doubts in this? Now, how to show this in P&L, sir? You said the depreciation has to be shown in P&L. How do we show it? And you are reducing it out of the original cost, no, sir. That is all fine, sir. You are doing mathematical calculation. But how to record it in the books of accounts? Correct or no? The next question. Yes, sir. When you purchase the fixed asset, what is the entry you will do? Fixed assets account, debit to bank account. Correct, Appa? When we purchase. Correct? Now, When we need to charge depreciation, what we need to do? Now my question is, depreciation is what account? Income, expenses, assets, liability, capital. Expenses. Array, depreciation is charged against revenue and it is a expenses. Correct? So depreciation, when we want to charge, our expenses will go up or come down. So when expense goes up, it should be debited or credited. Depreciation account, debit. Now, from where we are taking this depreciation? Correct or no? From the value of the asset, we are taking out the depreciation. Correct or no? ಅಥವಾ ಡೆಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ತರ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು? Are you paying somebody for depreciation? In case of rent, you pay somebody. Correct or no? In case of salary, you are actually paying somebody. Correct. But in case of depreciation, are you paying somebody? No. You have already paid. And that paid amount is sitting where? Sitting in fixed assets. Correct or no? You have already paid and the amount which is paid is sitting where? Is sitting in the fixed assets. Correct or no? Yes. In other cases, because you make the payment, you would pass an entry like this. Rent account debit to bank account. Correct? But ಇಲ್ಲಿ already ಆ entry pass ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. Bank account already credit ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಹಂಗಾರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Now should I not reduce that fixed assets? Correct or no? Yes. So when fixed assets decreases, what will happen? Credit. Hello, everybody following? To fixed assets. Understanding how much? Now automatically this depreciation, the next in your depreciation, if you open depreciation account, what will happen? To fixed assets 9,000. It is an expense account. It should get closed, not carry forwarded. Correct or no? All the income and expense will get closed. Assets and liabilities will be carry forwarded. But here it is expense account. It will be closed. So what? How do we close? By P&L account. Correct or no? In other words, what is the journal entry? P&L account debit to depreciation account. First depreciation na debit madidvi. Correct? Now that account has to be closed, no, and transferred to somewhere else. So we will transfer it to P&L and we'll close the depreciation account by crediting it. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೇನಾ? Everybody is understanding? Yes? Okay. Now P&L ಅಲ್ಲಿ depreciation ಹೋಯ್ತು. Now if you open P&L account, to depreciation. Correct or no? ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ to depreciation, no issues. Now how do we show it in the balance sheet, sir? Fixed assets, say plant and machinery, what is the value? 1 lakh. Now what I will do is minus depreciation clear. In fact, this working is not displayed. It is done automatically. When you pass the journal entry, it happens in the account itself. Clear? This working will not even come. So what will happen actually? It will directly show. Clear? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? Yes. Now there is one more way of accounting this. So what is that way? We'll see. Now what is the first entry? Fixed assets account debit to bank account. No change here. It will remain same. It will remain same. Now what is one more way, sir? What is one more way of accounting it? Very simple, sir. Depreciation will be debited only. No change there. Expense ತಾನೆ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಆದರೂ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ? 2 ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಇದ್ರ ಬದಲಿ one new account is created. That new account is called as 10,000, 10,000. Now, what will happen with this depreciation, sir? It will go to P&L only. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ್ದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ ನಾವು? Correct or no? This is changed. Right? Now what will happen with depreciation, sir? Depreciation same thing, sir. Depreciation account to provision for depreciation 10,000. In case of, then what will happen? By P&L 10,000. So here to depreciation 10,000. Any changes in this? No. Everything remains same. What change, sir? Instead of hitting it to fixed assets, we are hitting it to provision for depreciation. Correct? In earlier case, what happened? Here, in this case, if you open fixed assets, how it was showing, sir? Simple, sir. To balance brought down 1 lakh. Correct? Everybody? Yes? Here, by depreciation 9,000. 1 lakh. 1 lakh. By balance carried down 90,000. Okay, this is how earlier case showed. Hello, I am discussing earlier. Depreciation account debit to fixed assets account. If you open fixed assets, opening balance was 1 lakh rupees. Depreciation charged was 10,000 rupees. Total both should be 1 lakh, 1 lakh. The balancing figure will come 90,000, and this balancing figure will be shown in the balance sheet. Correct? How the hell, Papa? Everybody is following? Now, in this case, what will be the change, sir? In this case, the change is simple, sir. Now, are we hitting fixed assets? No. So, if you open fixed assets account, what will happen, sir? To balance brought down 1 lakh. Is there any depreciation? No. Why? Because depreciation is not getting credited to fixed assets. So, what is the closing balance? 1 lakh, 1 lakh by balance carried down 1 lakh. Now observe the difference. Here 1 lakh fixed assets alli. Illi difference is there? Why? Because there we directly created fixed assets, but here we are not creating fixed assets. Rather we are creating provision for depreciation. Now how will this impact our balance sheet, sir? Simple. This is balance sheet, fixed assets. Now here we will show original cost as 1 lakh. Original cost as 1 lakh. Now here we'll show minus provision for depreciation 10,000, and in the outer column we'll show 90,000. Did the value change? No. What changed? Presentation. What changed? Presentation. Here I had written directly 90,000. Correct or no? Here what I am doing? First I am writing 1 lakh, saying it as original cost. Then next I am using provision for depreciation, reducing it. Sir, why we have to adopt this method? What was the need, sir? Why confusion? Correct or no? That question will come. Sir, why they are complicating? First of all, one method ನಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ. ಅಂತದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೆರಡು ಮೆಥಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಸೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ? ಸರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಸೆ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಹಿಂಸೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ರೂಲ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ರೂಲ್? If I want to always know what was my original cost, which method is useful? Second. If you keep showing this 90,000 directly, one day this 90,000 might become 10,000. If that time I ask what was the cost, original cost, then what you have to do? Sit and go back each year. Correct or no? Each year you have to keep going. 90, 80, 70, 60 ಹಂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ಇದಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್. Now what will happen in the second year, sir? Same happen in the second year also. Second year what they will do? Again depreciation account debit to provision for depreciation. Now what happens in the balance sheet, sir? Same. Original cost how much? 1 lakh. Now how much is the provision for depreciation? Now it is not 10,000, it is 10 plus 10. Correct or no? 10,000 from last year, 10,000 from current year. So it will be, so now again coming back, depreciation account needs to get closed and will be transferred to P&L, but provision for depreciation will not get closed. It will be carry forwarded. Artha agtidena? Is everybody understanding? Any doubts in this? Clear? Pakka? Okay. Now let's go for second method. What is the second method, sir? Purchase price 1 lakh. Okay. Depreciation rate 10%. Clear? Directly, I am giving you directly. I am not giving useful life, nothing. I am straight away saying depreciation is 10%. Under second method, we call it as reducing balance method. Reducing balance method or even WDV method. Okay. So under this method, what happens, sir? In this method, what happens is year 1. I will start with my original cost. Clear? How much is it? 1 lakh. How much will be depreciation? 1 lakh into 10% will be 10,000. What will be WDV? WDV andre ಏನು? Original cost minus depreciation. Correct or no? That will be year 2. Year 2. I will not start with original cost. I will write one more column called as opening WDV. What WDV? Opening WDV. Whatever was last year closing WDV will become my opening WDV. So now I will write down 90,000. Now depreciation is 90,000 into how much will remain? Now third year again agate 81,000. Now here what will be the 8,100. Clear? Now what will be the balance appa? Next year 7,290. Balance 610. Clear? It goes on. It goes on. Now look carefully. What changed, sir? Two things changed. One, every year depreciation is not the same. Clear? And every year our closing balance is also not same. Understanding? Of course, in straight line method also every year our closing balance was different, but it was reducing in the same manner. Here it is not reducing in the same manner. That is why that method is called as straight line method. Every year it was getting reduced by the same amount. 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Now here, first year maximum, second year little bit less, third year little bit less. Now here is the depreciation getting reduced every year. That is why we use the name reducing balance method. Artha agtidena? Balance is getting reduced, but the reduction is not same like straight line method. From here to here, what is the difference? 8,100. From here to here, what is the difference? 7,290. From here to here, what is the difference? Artha agtidena? So it is getting reduced, but not in a uniform way. Highest depreciation is charged in the starting years, correct or no? 10,000 first, then 9,000, 8,000, 7,290. Depreciation is kept on decreasing. Now my question to you, when I am looking at certain asset, can I decide which method to follow by the way that asset will be used? Correct? Yes or no? I'll repeat my question. When I look or purchase an asset, can I decide as to which method suits better for this asset based upon the usage of that asset? Yes or no? For example, I purchased a computer. Which method is more suitable for computer? Straight line or WDV? Na? How many of you say straight line? How many of you say WDV? WDV is more suitable because computer is a technology based. The initially the capacity or the utilization is highest. As and when your, just like your phone, sir, as and when year passes on, the storage space, the performance, the efficiency will keep decreasing, correct or no? WDV might suit better, correct or no? Fan, can we say straight line or WDV? Straight line. Every year same. First year ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್, second year ಕಡಿಮೆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? Understanding everybody? Yes. Sir, machinery. First year it can produce 1 lakh units. Second year it can produce 90,000. Third year 70,000. Here what is happening? WDV is better. Why? Because you can see by yourself the results. Efficiency is decreasing, correct or no? So when we can choose WDV, answer is simple. When asset is used to maximum capacity in the early years, correct or no? When the asset is used to a maximum capacity in the beginning of the useful life. Vehicles, yes. Yeah. Understanding? Now when we can use straight line method? When the asset is used uniformly across the years. Building, for example, road. Sir, furniture also, yes, office furniture. Every year same usage, no? Will you use extra in first year? Nan ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ sir first year, second year ಇಂದ ಕುತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ sir. Not going to happen, right? Every year you will sit on that same position, same way, correct? So certain assets you can go for straight line method, certain assets you can go for WDV depending upon the usage. Clear? Everybody is understanding? Sir, the journal entries, will it change? No change. Sir, presentation, will it change? No change. Either under that also two methods: depreciation account to fixed assets or depreciation asset to provision for depreciation. That thing remains the same. Now next question. Sir, one more question I am having. In earlier SLM, you gave us scrap value, you gave us useful life, you gave us original cost. Here you just gave original cost, you give rate of percentage. Sir, from where did that rate of percentage come? Right, that is the next question. Yes. So this rate of percentage is coming from a formula where in that formula we use your useful life, your scrap value. Andre WDV method allu, reducing balance method allu, we are using scrap value, we are using useful life. Understanding? But what we are doing here, simple sir, we are arriving at a percentage and that percentage is applied. But how that percentage is arrived? Using those figures only. So what is that formula, sir? The formula is one minus n root write down the formula please. Done? Everybody has copied it down. 1 minus n square root of scrap value divided by OC. OC andre? Not your OC and OT. Only boys will know. Girls also know. Oh, great. Girls are more forward than boys now in OC and OT cases. Correct or no? Yes. Not that OC or not that OT. This is original cost. Okay. So 1 minus n raised to scrap value divided by OC. Now, I will ask you to find out using this formula what is the percentage. Say scrap value is 10,000. Useful life is 10 years. Original cost is 1 lakh. Huh? 2.16 percentage. ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನಂಗೆ. ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಓಕೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಡೂ ಇಟ್. Give me a minute. I will come up with an answer. Just a second. minus 2.162 minus ಬರಲ್ಲ. How you are getting minus 2.6 and all? Wow. ಮಾಡಿ ಆಯ್ತು. All the time in the world is yes. Huh? 2.16 what? Shall I tell you correct percentage? 20.567 percentage. It will be expressed in terms of percentage. Sir, ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೀತಾರೆ? I'll tell you. You can't calculate using calculators. That is why I started to laugh when I gave that form question. Understanding? I wanted to know whether you will really try to calculate it or not. Sir, 1 minus nth root 10. Correct? Scrap value is how much? Now, I don't know how many of you know this or don't know this. When root is used, it is nothing but, say for example, 4 ka root ಏನಪ್ಪ? Correct? How did you come that? 2 2s are 4. Correct? Exam school ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 into 2 sir. 2 gets cancelled sir. Remaining is 2 sir. Correct? So in other words, for this root I can write it like clear? 4 bracket 1 by 2. I can write it like this. Root can be written like this. Now this 4 is nothing but 2 square. Correct or no? ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ವಪ್ಪ? 1 by 2 is outside. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೇನ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? ಹಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 10th ರೂಟ್ ನಾನು ಏನಂತ ಬರೀಬಹುದು? Correct or no? Everybody is understanding? Yes. Now here 1 minus 10,000 1 lakh ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 by ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನಾವು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಂತೀವಿ. ಮುಂದೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಪ್, ರೈಟ್? ಎಸ್. ಹಾ, ಇಂಥ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ logarithms. You remember logs? There is one table. ಎಲ್ಲ ನೆನಪಾಯ್ತಾ ಈಗ? So using that we derive this answer. That is why when I gave the question I started to laugh, because you guys literally like Experts in mathematics started to use the calculator and started to solve it. Scientific calc is not allowed in the exam. ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ don't worry, they will give you there only the log numbers. I don't know whether they will really ask it. When we go through the question, if that comes, I'll help you how to do that log. Clear? Now, I wanted to explain this formula because I gave you 10%. No, now you should not question, sir, why you didn't take original cost, why you didn't take scrap value, why you didn't take useful life. I have taken everything, then only I have arrived at this 10%. Clear? Everybody is understanding? Yes. So in Excel, I can use the formula. And when I use the formula in the Excel, the percentage is coming to 20.567%. And that is full proof also. See here, 20.567. I don't know to how many it will be visible. See, ultimately 10 years. Okay. Year. Can you see? Zoom madana. For 20.567, look at the scrap value at the end of 10th year. Am I getting 10,000? That is what I wanted, no? Correct? So you guys didn't take a hint when I gave a hint. What hint I gave? I was laughing. Okay, done. So that is your two methods. What are those? Straight line, WDV. Clear? So in your exams, these two methods are important. Clear? Everybody is understanding? Any doubts in these methods? No doubts? Pakka? Can we go ahead? Okay. Now, what are the methods of depreciation? One is uniform method, one is declining charge method. There are other methods. First one is fixed installment method. This is nothing but straight line method. Straight line method. And here this is nothing but WDV method. Diminishing balance or reducing balance method. Now, what is annuity method? Annuity method is something where we use present value formulas. So if you want me to explain, I can explain, but it will go over your head. So let's not get into that. Just assume that in annuity method, we take the interest cost and we take future cash flows from usage of the asset and find out the annuity, find out the depreciation. Clear? Don't get into deeper. You are not in a position to understand that. Leave it. Just remember. Next is depreciation fund method, or there is one more name called as sinking fund method. Sinking fund method. What do we do under this method, sir? Nothing but every year whenever we charge depreciation, we create a fund also where some money is transferred to that fund, and from that fund we make an investment which will earn a return on that investment, and at the end of the useful life of my asset, that fund balance along with the returns earned on that fund will be equal to my replacement cost. Every year I started to invest 10,000. Say for example, in simple terms, sir, you want to buy iPhone. ದುಡ್ಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಒಂದು EMI ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. 5,000 I'll put every year 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is. Now what you will do with this 10,000? You will either keep in the fixed deposits or you will keep in the RD, whatever it is. Correct? Yes. So fixed deposits, RD you will keep. Why you are keeping there? To earn the interest. Are you using that interest? No, no, no. Why you are keeping it there only? Why? Because what is your plan? At the end of 3 years, whatever money I have contributed, along with that, whatever interest I have earned there should be equal to my iPhone price. That is sinking fund method. At the end of the useful life of the asset, my sinking fund and my interest on that sinking fund should be equal to my replacement cost of the asset. Understanding? So every year along with the depreciation, I will create sinking fund as well. Depreciation other party ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ sinking fund ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಏನು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ದುಡಿಬಹುದು, ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಐ ಶುಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಟುಡೇ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ depreciation fund method or sinking fund method. Next is insurance policy method. Here, instead of putting it in some sinking fund and earning the interest, I pay insurance amount every year. So at the end of 10th year, the insurance premium will get matured and I can buy the asset. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? Diminishing method is nothing but WDV method. Sum of years digit method. This is simple method, I can explain it to you because you can understand. Otherwise, methods which are not going, it will definitely go above your head, don't worry about it. Leave it. Anyhow, it will not come in exam. You should learn it, but this is not your stage. Next stage. When you come to intermediate, no, that time. Executive, sorry. So under sum of digits is simple, sir. Year 1, 2, 3, 4. Cost of the asset is, say, 1 lakh. Clear? So what I will do is, here year 1 I will give digit as 4, 3, 2, 1. I did nothing but ulta. Ashte. Total it 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 1, 10. Now what I will do? 1 lakh into 4 divided by 10. That will be 4,000 or 40,000? 40,000. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದನಾ? Year 2, year 3, year 4, total 40 plus 70 plus 20 plus 10. So here, ಇದನ್ನ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಲಿ WDV, partly straight line method. Sir, what is part which is WDV? Every year depreciation is reducing. That is WDV. Sir, what is partly straight line? I am not taking the WDV, I am taking 1 lakh only. In WDV method, what do we take here? Opening WDV, correct or no? But here what we are taking? Original cost only. So this part is SLM, this part is WDV. Understanding? But this comes under WDV only, declining method. Clear? Next, group depreciation method is nothing but entire for group we create depreciation. Then other methods are inventory system valuation. See, there will be some fixed assets which are very minute. Nut, bolt, that, this, everything put together. So what we do? We take the opening balance, we see physical closing balance. If there is a difference, we will charge that as depreciation. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾನೆ? ಸಿಂಪಲ್. Opening balance, closing balance, physical check. Closing will be physical, opening will be as per the books. So opening ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಇತ್ತು, closing ಅಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಇದೆ, in 5 consumption. So what I will do? That 5 I will charge it as depreciation. In simple terms, I am trying to explain it. Next is depletion method. Depletion method can be used where? Yesterday I told you. Remember wasting assets? Sir, what is this wasting assets, sir? First of all, I am the biggest Competition of waste? No. Wasting asset means, yesterday I told you, mines, quarries will come under wasting assets. The word wasting is nothing but every time you dig, your asset is getting depleted. Depleted. It is called wasting asset. Yeah, of course, the name comes from there only, because out of whatever you dig, entire thing is not useful. Some part is used, some part is waste. Clear? But every time you dig, the entire that asset is getting depleted. Say for example, if I go to Chamarajanagar, correct? What is the very famous for? Quarry mining, correct or no? Marbles, granites and all those things. So there, when I take a land of 1 acre for mining, that 1 acre will have specific reserves. Unlimited reserve ellu iralla. It will have only this much quantity of the mines. So the moment I start digging it, say for example, I can dig 1 lakh tons of iron from there. 1 lakh ton. Now if I dig 20,000 tons, I am done already. Out of 1 lakh tons, 20,000 is done. Now what is remaining? Only 80,000. Now what I will depreciate in this, sir? What I will depreciate is to purchase that asset. Which asset? 1 acre land. That has to be depreciated, no? That depreciation is charged based upon the depletion. How much did you deplete? Out of 1 lakh, I depleted 20,000. So what is the percentage? So if I have paid 1 crore rupees, then my depreciation will be 20% of it. That will be 20 lakhs. That is not land, madam. I am not paying for the land. I will never pay for the land. When I take a land for mining, I will never pay for that land. In fact, to be very honest, that land will never get transferred in your name. It will be in the owner name only. You will pay him royalty, rent royalty. In fact, you will even pay royalty to the government also. Why? Government says entire mine belongs to me. ಈ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಮೈನ್ ಇದ್ರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ರು, ಅದು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಕೆಳಗಿದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನನ್ನ ಮನೆ ಕೆಳಗಿದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So land is not purchased. Only the right to dig that land is purchased. What? Right to dig that land is purchased. Right to mine. Permission, rights. Clear? So for that, depletion is used. Next is machine hour rate method. It is nothing but whenever you purchase a machine, there will be number of hours it can be used for. For example, you might think that this switch is endless, correct or no? I can use it 100 times. No. ಆ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ಚಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? 10,000 switch. That means 10,000 times on off, on off, on off. By 10,000 time, I am sure it will get spoiled. Just like that, machine hours is nothing but some machines will be designed with number of hours it can be operated. So if I say it can operate for 1 lakh hours and I have used 20,000 hours in the current year, that means what? 20% you have used. So you will charge depreciation 20%. Next year I have used 30,000, so 30%. Next year I used only 10%, so 10%. 10,000 units, 10%. ಅರ್ಥಾಗ್ತೇನೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? Is everybody understanding? Yes. Now coming back to certain other concepts. What are the other concepts? Sir, you understood original cost, you understood scrap value, you understood purchase price, you understood useful life of the years. Understand one thing, sir. Apart from original cost, rest everything is estimation. Scrap value, estimated. Useful life, estimated again. Sir, how estimated? Sir, I am sure shot I can use it for 3 years. Gopi Bahu came in your life. Computer, second year. Huh? Correct or no? Yes. How much you estimated? 3 years I can use, sir. 1 year, damar. Correct or no? So useful life is also an estimate. Scrap value is also an estimate. Depreciation itself is an estimate. When useful life is an estimate, Scrap value is an estimate. Depreciation is also estimate only, no? This I have already discussed earlier also. I told you, keep on telling you depreciation is not a actual figure, it is an estimate. Why? Because I told you the value of the asset cannot be accurate. Correct? It can be fair. That means what? Depreciation itself is an estimate. Now this brings to our one point, which is eye-opening point for you guys. What is that eye-opening point, sir? In accounting, there are two types of changes. One, change in accounting policies. What? Change in accounting policies. The other one is change in accounting estimates. Change in accounting policies, change in accounting estimates. Sir, ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಲಿ? Correct? Nim question. Now, why you are telling this to us, sir? Why I am telling this to you is, when it comes to change in accounting policy, any changes done should be retrospectively changed. The word here is retrospective. Anybody knows what is retrospective? If I am preparing the financial statements of third year, andre this is the third year of a company and I am preparing a balance sheet of this third year, then any accounting policies which I change, then I have to change it from year one. Andre year one financial statement matte prepare madbeku. On basis of what? On basis of this new accounting policy which you have adopted. Year 2 change, year 3 change. In which case, change in accounting policies. Change in accounting estimate, prospective, no need of retrospective. That means, sir, if I change my useful life in the current year, say for example, year 1, I assumed the useful life to be 10 years. Year 2, I assumed it to be 10 years. Year 3, that is current year, sir, it is not 10 years, sir, it is only 8 years. What is this change? This change is not change in the accounting policy. This is change in accounting estimate. So what you should do? Don't worry about previous periods. Worry about only current and future. This is called as prospective. Now what we will do, sir? What I will do? Simple. Calculate WDV. Take revised useful life. Take revised scrap value. Ashte. Artha agtidena? Is everybody understanding? Yes. Say for example, under straight line method, year 1, year 2, year 3. Correct? Change from here. Illi enagittu 1 lakh is the cost. 10 years anta tagondide. What is the depreciation? 10,000. Here 10,000. Correct? Year 3 nanu gottaitu only 8 years. Correct or no? Now what I will do? First I will see what is the WDV remaining. What is the WDV remaining? 80,000 rupees. Correct? How many years are still remaining? 6 years. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 years already done. So this 80,000 I have to write off in next 6 years. What the depreciation calculate, please? So now onwards my depreciation will be 10,3,3 alva. How much, madam? From now onwards my depreciation will be 13,333. Sir, illidu adanu ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಅದು ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಹಂಗೆ. Understanding everybody? Yes. Sir, again year 6th, again change in the estimate, sir. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 2 ವರ್ಷ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, sir. 6th year. I am not talking about 8th year. Now again change, again do the same thing. Find out what is the remaining value divided by remaining useful life. Clear? Under SLM, this is how you do. Now under WDV, what we will do, sir? Under WDV, what we will do? Sir, year 1, 10,000. Year 2, 9,000. Year 3, change. Year 3, change. Do nothing, sir. Whatever change is happening, it gets inculcated in the percentage. Correct or no? Why? Formula. If something is changed here, the percentage will change. If something is changed here, percentage will change. If something is changed here, percentage will change. So what I will do? Now here what I will do is take the WDV. WDV is how much? 10,000, 9,000 is nothing but 81,000. Now on here I was applying 10%. Correct or no? Now going forward I will apply. Understanding everybody? So now remember this point throughout your life. What is that point? Change in the accounting policy. Retrospective. Change in the accounting estimate. Prospective. Clear? Change in the method of depreciation. Change in scrap value. Change in useful life. Change in ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಉಳಿತು ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟೆಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಯಿತು ಸ್ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಯಿತು change in what else? Change in the method of depreciation. All these things are considered as change in estimate, not change in accounting policy. So any changes will be done prospectively. Am I clear? Everybody is understanding? Sir, SLM method allu ನಾವು percentage calculate ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ? ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಹೆಂಗೆ sir? Simple sir. 1 lakh is your original cost. Scrap value is 10,000. 10 years is the useful life. So what is the depreciation? Correct or no? Hey, ನೀವೇ ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ 1 lakh 10,000 90,000 ಅಲ್ವಾ? Correct or no? Now 9,000 is the depreciation. Sir, can we calculate the percentage? Answer is yes, you can calculate the percentage. Can anybody tell me how? How? ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So every year 1 lakh 9,000, 1 lakh 9,000, 1 lakh 9,000. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ? Depreciation amount divided by the original cost. ಅಷ್ಟೇ. That will give you percentage. That percentage is applied on what? On original cost. Which method we are in? Straight line method. Depreciation is always calculated using original cost. Correct or no? So on original cost you apply 9%. Every year 9,000, 9,000, 9,000, 9,000. Clear? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತೇನಾ? Everybody? Yes? Okay. Okay. Illustration number 1. Illustration number 1, quickly. A firm acquired machinery on 1st July 2022 at the cost of 45,000 and spent 5,000 on its installation. The firm writes off depreciation at 10% per annum on original cost every year. They are not directly telling you whether it is straight line or WDV. You have to understand what method is this. What they are telling? They are writing 10% on original cost. What is the meaning of this? Which method? SLM? Correct or no? If it is WDV, they would have written it as 10% on WDV. The books are closed on 31st March every year. Show machinery account and depreciation account for ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಮರ್ತೋಗಿದೆ. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಟಿ ಶೇಪ್. ಮತ್ತೇನು ಬರ್ತಿದೆ? No, you tell me what is your confusion. I'll clear it. T-shape accounts, madam. Depreciation, fixed assets. After every year, you close it here only, write the next nalle munde baridi. Huh? 3 years. Done? Done. First question, you are charging depreciation on what? On 45,000 or on 50,000? Good. Sir, remember depreciation is now istina, I mean whatever I told all these examples, it is for full year, for example. But when you are taking in between, you should always calculate the depreciation from the date of purchase till closing of the year. Done? What is the balance? Machinery? Oh, 36,250, correct. Sorry, my mistake. My mistake. 36,250. Done. Can I solve it? Huh. Fixed assets account. Yes, when you purchase an asset, what do you pass? Fixed assets account debit to bank account, correct? Howdalva? To bank. To installation. Correct or no? Date? Correct? Next. 31st March ಗೆ ಡೆಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಎಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಪ್ಪ? depreciation July, August, September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb, March. In other words, April, May, June. 3 ತಿಂಗಳು ತೆಗೀರಿ 12 months ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿತೆಷ್ಟು 9 months. So 50,000 into what is the rate of depreciation? 10%. Clear? So that will be okay na? By depreciation 3,750. Correct? What is the total here? By balance carried down, that will be correct. To balance brought down 46,250. Again depreciation. Now don't calculate for entire 10%. That will be correct. So by again closing balance 46,250. Here it is 46,250 by balance okay. Now again don't again sit and calculate, it will be same. SLM, correct or no? $36 first time. Now if you want to prepare depreciation account, they have asked also depreciation, right? Correct or no? Tell me what is the entry? 2 fixed assets. How much? 3750. Close it. Close it. By P&L. Next. 2 fixed assets. How much? By P&L. Close it. Clear? Next same. 2 fixed assets by close it. Done? Illustration number 2, please. Quickly. Same question. Same question. WDV, reducing balance method. Huh? What closing balance? 37,462 is correct. 462. Nothing changes except the depreciation. Same question, sir. There is no change in the question at all. There is no change in the question. Only change was from SLM they shifted to WDV. Is it done? Simple, no? So 45,000, 5,000 will remain as it is. Here it will still remain as it is. Why first year? No change under SLM or WDV in the first year depreciation. Closing balance will remain same. But second year 46 to 50, now depreciation will get applied on this 10%. So that is why it becomes 4625. then the balance is 41,625, which will be carry forwarded. Now again the depreciation will be applied on this at 10%. That will be 4162.5. We can write it as 3. Clear? That's it. Now here the same thing, depreciation changes and everything will be transferred to. Now change in the method of depreciation, I have already explained it to you. Now coming to one last concept in this chapter. Profit or loss on sale of asset. Complete it, finish it. Afterwards you can do, leave it. Saranya. Profit or loss on sale of asset. Now whenever we sell an asset, we need to arrive whether we are under profit or we are under loss. Sir, when we will get profit, when we will get loss? Simple rule, sir. If your selling price is greater than book value or WDV, it is profit. When your selling price is less than book value or WDV, it is. Now, how WDV or book value is arrived? After charging the depreciation. Clear? WDV. Everybody is aware about that. How WDV is calculated? Yes? Am I clear? Now coming to illustration number 3. Here what they are telling is total machinery account balance was 4,86,000. Hello. Total machinery balance was 4,86,000. They charge 10% on diminishing balance method. Now they have a machinery which was purchased for 60,000. Now is sold or 40,000. Correct? So now profit aspect should come. The moment some machinery is sold, you should think about profit. Next, and the new machinery costing 70,000 was purchased and installed on the same date. Installation charges being 5,000. The company wants to change its method of depreciation from diminishing balance method to straight line method on 31st March 2025. The rate of depreciation remaining the same as before. Prepare machinery account for 31st March 2025. Ninge ಹೇಳಿದ್ದವರು prepare ಅಂತ. First, understand, this 4,86,000 is not of one machinery. It is all of lot of machineries. 2, 3, 4, we don't know. In that 4,86,000, there is a machinery which is sold. But the original price of that machinery was 60,000. Now it is sold at 40,000. You want me to help with the breakup and understand the concept? Listen to me carefully. 4,86,000 total WDV. In this, there is a machinery, original cost is 60,000, selling price is 40,000. Now, how to consider what is the profit or loss? We have to first find out the WDV. How do you find out WDV? Now go back. When was this original machinery purchased on? When was this machinery purchased on? 1st April 2022. Now we are in, sorry, not 1 second. Now we have sold this machinery when? 2024. Correct? 22-23 is one financial year. 23-24 is another financial year. 24-25 is another financial year. So we have used the machinery for 22-23 full, 23-24 full, 24-25 half. So 60,000 year 1, that is 22-23. How much is the rate? 10%. Correct? 6,000. What is remaining? Correct? Next, 23, 24. How much? Correct? What is remaining? 49, 600. Next, 23, 24. Sorry, 24, 25. Sorry. Not full year, but from April 1st to 30th September. 48. Sorry. Correct? 1st April to 30th September. April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 months. Now what you will do? 48,600 into 10% into 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Sir, 6 by 12 is nothing but 1 by 2. ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ನೀವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದೇ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಂತ. 2,430. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ WDV? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. 46. This is our WDV as on 30th September. Is everybody clear? How did we calculate? Sir, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ 10%, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ 10%, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಮಾತ್ರ 6 months ಮಾತ್ರ. ಯಾಕೆ? Because we have sold the asset in the middle of the year, October. So we'll calculate depreciation on 6 months. Then we find the WDV. Now how much we have sold it for? Loss or profit? Selling price is more than book value or less than book value? ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಂಬರ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Book value is 46,170. Selling price is 40,000. More or less? Which is more? If selling, ನನ್ನ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅಪ್ಪ. ನೀವು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ 100 ರೂಪಾಯಿಗೆ 120 ರೂಪಾಯಿಗೆ ಮಾರಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್, 80 ರೂಪಾಯಿಗೆ ಮಾರಿದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಲಾಸ್ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್? ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. My book value is 46,170, but I am selling it just for 40,000. So there is a loss of. Okay, na? Everybody is understanding? Now, shall we prepare machinery account? Tell me, sir. Which year we have to prepare? Don't worry about past years. Prepare only for current year. ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಳೇದು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್, ಹಳೇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹತ್ರ ಡೇಟಾ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. Profit. Profit on sale of asset. If it is loss, it will be recorded as loss on sale of asset. If it is profit, it is recorded as profit on sale of asset. What is the journal entry for this? I will tell you the journal entry. Bank account debit 40,000. You might land illappa, you might have depreciated more, but the price can be more in the market. Sir, you depreciated at 20%, but depreciation might have not actually happened at 20%. Appreciation anbadi sir, there is no word as appreciation in machinery. Your depreciation is more aste. You have estimated the depreciation to be extra. No, there is no appreciation. You know what is appreciation? When we can use the word appreciation? When the price goes more than the original cost. That is why I told you land will get appreciated, because you purchased it for 1 crore, it will go to 2 crore. Here, my value of the asset was 46,000, but I can sell it only for 40,000. That means my depreciation method was not accurate. It was fair. Sometimes, sir, can I sell it at 50,000? Yes, it might have been sold for 50,000. Doesn't mean that it has appreciated. No. Only thing is your depreciation has been more. Your estimates. That's why we tell no, depreciation is a estimate. To balance brought down. How much? Hello. 1st April 2024. Correct? Depreciation we need to charge. So the asset which has been sold, we need to charge earlier than 31st March. Correct or no? When we will charge it? 30th September. Correct or no? By depreciation on asset sold. How much is that? 2430. Correct? Next, did you make profit? What is the journal entry here? Bank account debit 40,000. To plant and machinery, how much? 46,170. Don't write 40,000. Why? Because you have to make the machinery account 0. Correct or no? What is the book value of the machinery? 46,170. Entire 46,170 has to be taken out. Correct or no? Yaudilvapa. When machinery is only not there with you, what you will do with the value of that machinery in your books? Correct? So I want to take out entire 46,170. What is the difference? Difference is nothing but loss on sale of asset debit. How much? 6170. Now this transaction also has to be recorded. Correct or no? What is the entry? On 1st October, by bank 40,000. By loss on sale of asset. Correct? Everybody? Yes. Next. Now coming to 31st March. Now we need to calculate the actual depreciation. Correct or no? How to calculate, sir? Now again there is one adjustment. 4,86,000 includes the asset which is already sold. Correct or no? Yes. So in this 4,86,000 we need to take that out. How much you need to take out? Will you take out 46,170 or will you take out 48,600? What is this 4,86,000? Opening WDV? Correct? But in this opening WDV, there is an asset which is already sold. Correct? So we need to take out that opening WDV from this opening WDV. So what was the opening WDV of that asset? Arthaitelva? Shocked you were. Is it clear now? In this 4,86,000, there was opening WDV of 48,600, which we need to take out. Sir, why we are taking out, sir? We have to charge depreciation on that also, no, sir. We have already charged, no, for 6 months. Depreciation on this 48,600 is already calculated, no. Why again you want to calculate? Right? That is why we will take out that part of the asset. How much? 48,600. Correct? What is that will be how much? 37,000? Correct? On this 10%. That will be 43,700. Clear? But now there is a catch. What is the catch? New machinery is also purchased. We forgot about this. Correct? So before even you start calculating on that, now let's look back at new machinery. Tell me, sir, what is the new machinery is that purchased at? 70,000 plus 5,000. So that will be 75,000. That also need to be accounted when it is purchased up. 1st October only. Correct. 1st October to bank account. How much? 70,000. Next. Again to bank only, but installation anta barirappa. Nimge artha agli anta. Bank indane ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ತಾನೆ installation ಕೂಡ. Okay? ಎಷ್ಟು? 5,000? 5,000? Yeah? Now, should we add that directly here? Don't add it directly here. Why? Because ಅಲ್ಲಿ depreciation change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು full year ಗಿತ್ತಪ್ಪ. Understand one concept. Out of this 4,86,000, no, 4,37,400 worth of machinery was used for 12 months. 48,600 worth of machinery was used only for 6 months. Again, this 75,000 will only be used for 6 months. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು 12 ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ 6 ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ 6 ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ 75,000 into 10%. On this 437,400 also 10%. Can you please calculate now? Now there is a other workings in this. Don't directly calculate like that. You need to find out other workings. ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ? ಯೂಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್. There is a change in the method of depreciation. I agree. Now from diminishing they are shifting to 10% on straight line method. But straight line method on which you will apply? Original cost. Now where is the original cost this for this 4,37,000? Rule is simple. Listen to me. On this 75,000, at least we can calculate into 6 by 12. That will be 3,750. Now coming to this. Sir, idu sir problem. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದು. ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್. Say, when did the company start? Correct? Where we are now? Correct or no? Here the value given is 4,86,000. That means 22-23 we have depreciated once, 23-24 we have depreciated one. After depreciation we have got this 4,86,000. Which method we have followed? WDV. So that means on 1st April 2022 my value of the asset was X. Correct? From there I reduced 10%. I got 0.9x. ಇದನ್ನು ಕೇಳಬೇಡಿ ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ. x minus 10% can be written as 0.1. ಈ x ಹಿಂದೆ 1 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೇನಾ? ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಕೇಳಿ ಶಾಕ್ ಪಡಬೇಡಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. Now here this is 10% of x. So that is why it becomes clear. So that is why it becomes 0.9x. This is what? WDV. Correct or no? Hello. If x is my original cost, 10% on x is my depreciation. This is original cost. This will become my WDV for year 1. For year 2, what will happen? 0.9x minus 0.1x. What is x? X I defined as original cost. Then if you write 0.1x, that means 10% of the original cost. Is that correct? It is WDV method, madam. They are doing WDV method, no? 10% of 0.9x. Correct or no? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೇನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ? So that will give you, find out 0.9x 10% into 0.9x ಮಾಡಿ, 10% into 0.9 ಮಾಡಿ, 0.09x. Correct or no? So if you do it, it will be 0.81x. Correct or no, sir? Now this 0.81x is nothing but 4,86,000. Correct? Huh? So in other words, 0.81x is equal to 4,86,000. X is equal to 4,86,000 divided by 0.81. 6 lakhs. Huh? In this 6 lakh, there is a machinery worth 60,000 which is already sold. This is the original cost of the other machinery. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ? ಅರ್ಧ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. Complicated? There is no complicated. Why it felt complicated is because I showed you how it works. Correct? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಶೋ ಯು ಒನ್ ಅದರ್ ಈಸಿ ಮೆಥಡ್ ನಾವು. WDV ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಈ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೆಥಡ್? Original cost bracket 1 minus I raised to n. You forget this original cost also. 1 minus I raised to n. How it will work? Can you please take out your calculators? Please take the calculators. Do what I say. Take 1 lakh rupees into 10%. How much you are getting? 10,000. What is the WDV? WDV 90,000. What is the other way of calculating this WDV? Can we do 1 lakh into 90% straight? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. Listen. Very simple, I am telling. The problem is you are complicating. If 10% is the depreciation, then how much is the WDV? 90%. So if you multiply 1 lakh on 90%, what you are going to get? WDV. Correct? Howda ilva? Now again on whatever, now take it 1 lakh into 90%. How much you got? 90,000. If you multiply again 90%, will you not get second year WDV? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ? Now in the same way, earlier you multiplied 1 lakh into 10% was how much? 10,000. Correct? It came to 90,000. Then what you did? You multiplied another 90%. Correct? So automatically it will keep getting you the balance WDV. This is the formula. N means number of years. I means depreciation rate. Why this 1 sir? 1 ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? 1 ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ 1 ಇದು depreciation rate. 1 minus 10%, then only will get 90%. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀಗ. So now you told me like this, sir, 1 lakh into 90% gave you 90,000. In that again, if you do 90%, you got 81,000. Now you are here, you want to go here. How will you go? Divide it, no? 81,000 divided by 90%, you will come here. 90,000 divided by 90% will come here. ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲೂ 4,86,000 go back 90%. Go back one more time 90%. $4,86,000 divided by 90%. Divided by 90%. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು, ವಿಚ್ ಎನಿ ಡೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಫಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್. Prone to mathematical difficulties. But did you understand this trick? This trick will be used in the exam when such questions come. Understanding everybody? ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. If you take in your calculator 1 lakh and find out depreciation 10%, it will be 10,000. And how do you calculate? Again you will press in your calculator 1 lakh minus 10,000, 90,000. ಅದರ ಬದಲು can you say if 10% is the depreciation, 90% is your WDV? So can you multiply 1 lakh by 90%? You will directly get the WDV. Yes or no? Now second year what you will do? Another 10%, that will be 9,000. Correct? What is remaining? 81,000. In other words, on this 90,000, can I straight away multiply 90%? Why? Because again 10% is depreciation. What is remaining? WDV. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ? ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್? Now what they have given? They have given you 81,000. They want you to find out this one. How do you find out? Earlier for 1 lakh you multiplied 90%. Now ulta, 81,000 divided by 90%, you will get 90,000. 90,000 divided by 90%, you will get 1 lakh. ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Now ಇದು WDV ಗೆ. Can you find out depreciation also like this? Very simple, sir. First year depreciation, how much it was? 10,000. What is next year? 9,000. How? If you sit and calculate, it will come. Otherwise, simple rule, to this 10,000 apply 90%. 9,000. To this 9,000 apply 90%. To this 90%. Mathematics. Sir, why we are applying 90% here? Simple, sir. Every year depreciation will also come down by 10%. Matte rate alla, the value of the depreciation will decrease by 10%. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೇನಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲೂ 90% ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So how do you arrive at 90%? It depends on the rate of depreciation. Now if the rate of depreciation is given 20%, don't use 90%. Use 80. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೇನಾ? Still complicated? Anybody? What about ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ? ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಸರ್. ಟೇಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ಇದೆನಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ತಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ತಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸರ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ತೊಗೊಂಬನ್ನಿ. ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ತಂದಾಗಲೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋ ಮೆಥಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಸರ್, ಇಫ್ 1 lakh ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್, 10% is the depreciation. How do you find out WDV? Use, sir, use the calculator. Tell me. You press 1 lakh, correct? Into 10%, or you may even do minus 10%. Correct? 90,000. Now, how much is for third year, sir? No, you know the answer. Okay, let's do like this. 3 lakhs, sir. Tell me how much is the depreciation for third year? First year is 30,000. I am only telling. Second year? 2,10,000. Depreciation, sir. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರನು ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ? ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಕು. ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ನ. 3 lakh ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇಂಟು 90%. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ WDV. ಹೌ ಸರ್? 3 lakh ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10% ಅಂದರೆ 30,000 ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಉಳಿಯೋದು 2,70,000. Listen sir, you will get 2,70,000. Correct? On that, again if you do 90%, you will get 2,43,000. Multiply sir, again multiply 90%. Sir 10% sir, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು ಡಿಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ರೇಟ್ ನಾ 10 ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ 1 minus I sir, 1 minus I raised to n. Right or wrong? ಸಿಗ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆನ್ಸರ್? 3 lakh into 90% will give you first year WDV. Into that 10 to 90% will give you second year WDV. Into 90% will give you third year WDV. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನೀವು ಕೆಳಗಿಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿವೈಡ್. That is what we have done. 4,86,000 divided by 90%. From that answer again divide by 90%, you will get 6 lakh. Now this 6 lakh includes 60,000 rupees. Yes or no? Correct or no? This 6 lakh includes 60,000. Take out 60,000. What will remain? 5,40,000. Now on that, this time calculate depreciation. How much it will be? 54,000. ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ SLM 10%. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ or no? 54,000. Clear? Yes? Okay, rest homework. I have explained the concept. ಅರ್ಧ ಲೆಜ್ಜರು ನಾನೇ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಲೆಜ್ಜರು? ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಉಳಿದಿದೆ? 54,000 ಡೆಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ನಾನೇ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. 75,000 ಮೇಲೆ ಡೆಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ನಾನೇ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಉಳಿದಿದೆ? ನಂಬರ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಡೂ ಇಟ್.